It is week 7 of the Wolfey Draft League, and your Jubilife Piplups are currently 5-1 going into the last week of the regular season. Now, this means we have secured the playoffs, which means this match doesn't really count as much towards our standing, but it is still going to be a very intense match because we are facing a good friend of mine and the channel, Mr. Aaron Cybertron Zhang himself. And he is going to give it his all because his playoffs are on the line here, as a win here would secure him his playoffs position, and if not, he might be eliminated or have to be reliant on the tiebreakers. So he'll be running a team that features the Dondozo Tatsugiri alongside threatening most like the Golden Go plus the Murkrow and the Slacking Wheezing combination. As much as I would love to give Aaron a potential win since this match does not matter to me, unfortunately, I do not think in the spirit of this competition, it would be fair to the other competitors because currently right now, 5 players are fighting for the playoffs on the line. I'm the only player that is guaranteed. However, I did have to fight my way through this. There are no freebies in this draft league. If Aaron wants to make it into the playoffs, he's got to earn it. So I will be trying somewhat and try out this really cool idea I thought that could work against him. And of course, if I do play him in playoffs again, it might actually just be right into the playoffs week 1 or in the finals. So still got to try somewhat. But let's try out this idea that I crafted and see how well it can perform. So this is the team that I've crafted for Aaron, and kind of similar to Joey, I had a similar idea going into this week with Trick Room because I felt like a lot of players would probably tunnel vision going into my Tailwind offense mode because that's really the mode I've been focusing on for most of the season. However, I think Trick Room looks pretty good here, especially like the hyper offense that I am expecting from Aaron's build this week. So I am imagining that the Dondozo will probably stays behind because I have 2 Hazemons on my draft, and I feel like I have several ways of dealing with Dondozo. So I'd be very shocked to see Dondozo. Like the 6 Mons I am expecting are going to be the Murkrow, the Golden Go, Palmot, Wheezing, Slacking, and probably the Tatsugiri as a solo Tatsugiri with Storm Drain because he's been bringing that mode quite often in this draft league. And I think those 6 would make a lot of sense into me. I'll still have some prep for his other Mons, but I do think that the Trick Room mode is pretty solid here. And the way we built for this is mainly we're going hard Trick Room. Yes, that's right. My team is going hard Trick Room, even though it has some decent speed mods. Yeah, we're coming all into hard Trick Room against him because I imagine he brings the Tailwind mode. So we have the Duosion with the Trick Room, and this Duosion, very, very specially defensive. If you can't tell, this Duosion is supposed to be able to take the best rolls it can from Terra Steel, Choice Specs, Golden Go, Make It Rain, as well as a pretty good odds to live a Choice Specs Shadow Ball as well. The Terra Dark to help out against Prankster Taunt Murkrow, and it does have the Trick Room option as well as Helping Hand for the Cinderace because I do think Cinderace is a really good Mon here, especially as a lead against Aaron's team, because the Mons I do expect Aaron to lead would probably involve either Golden Go or the Slacking. And if it is going to be the Golden Go, Helping Hand Pyro Ball can one-shot the Golden Go through the terrestrializations generally, other than the Defensive Terra. And I do have access to the Will-O-Wisp here onto the Slacking, unless it's some Lumberry or Terra Fire set, which I'm less likely to expect. And it can also help out into Dondozo just in case. But I do have that Stellar Terra with High Jump Kick Pyro Ball. The High Jump Kick with the Helping Hand can allow me to OHKO max HP Slacking. And if I want to ensure to knock out the Stellar Terra does the job. And then of course Pyro Ball with the Stellar Terra and Helping Hand will just OHKO any kind of bulky Golden Go, especially with not like a super big Defensive Terra that would resist Pyro Ball. So that's the idea of this Cinderace. And then the rest of the Trick Room mode is trying to sweep, right? We have this Blastoise here, and I'm going with Water Spout Blastoise that also has Fake Out and Helping Hand. This is also supposed to be a bluff if he does bring the Dondozo mode for some reason with the Tatsugiri. I could bluff the Haze, and maybe that'll discourage him from bringing it. And otherwise, I do have Water Spout to try and sweep under the Trick Room alongside of the Water Pledge and Fake Out in case I need to Fake Out in order to set up the Trick Room in case of like some lines that could go wrong here, especially against like the Galarian Wheezing, which could have Taunt to shut down my Duosion. I also am running the Crocodile with Assault Vest, which is just generally pretty good against this team, able to take on the Golden Go and a few other threats pretty well with that Assault Vest, and able to hit pretty hard. You might be wondering why I have Scale Shot. The idea of Scale Shot is this Crocodile is designed to outspeed Palmot after a +1 speed boost. So in cases where he stalls out the Trick Room with like Protect Palmot, I can self Scale Shot Once the trick room's over, then I outspeed, and that's kind of the idea. The Hydrapple, I think, is really good, especially into Aaron's team, because it has a lot of coverage that's really powerful. Leaf Storm hurts a lot with the Life Orb, the Fickle Beam that can hit like the Murkrow and a few other mons, like the Tatsugiri, and of course Earth Power to hit the Galarian Weezing and the Golden Go. Terra Steel is going to be my defensive choice. It's good into the slacking, good into any fairy moves, like I think could be like Terra Fairy, Choice Specs, Dazzling Gleam, Golden Go this week, which I think could be really helpful. And of course ice moves as well, good into the dragon moves from Tatsugiri, so pretty good. I'm actually running Super Sweet Syrup because I am running a lot of inaccurate moves with the Cinderace that I am relying on with high jump kick, alongside the Hydrapple that I am running Life Orb, Leaf Storm to try and blow back the Dondozo if it is going to be the unaware Dondozo, especially while having access to the Fickle Beam and Earth Power again for coverage. And the Annihilate, which is going to be an interesting one. I've always wanted to use this Power Herb Phantom Force set, and I think it's actually pretty good here because one, it can punish the Golden Go, it can punish Palmot Protect, and you might be wondering, why is it this specific Speed Ivies? It is so that if I have Annihilate and Blastoise out, I can go for Phantom Force plus Water Spout to KO and double up a slot, especially the Palmot, as I said before, because I think Palmot is a Pokemon I really should respect. And I even run the Vacuum Wave to break through a Focus Sash Palmot in case that they might not expect it once Trick Room is over. So we're going with a very offensive route this week, and we'll see if it is going to be enough to break through Aaron's team of his really hyper offensive mons. There might be a chance I don't even get Trick Room up, but we will try our best and see how it goes. And if we do fail this week, we do have knowledge going into playoffs of like how Aaron wants to build for our team specifically. But otherwise, let's get into the match. Oh, wow. Okay. So we are playing against Aaron, and he's brought 5 of the 6 I anticipated. I actually didn't think he would go to Doza mode. Which is weird because I didn't respect as much this week. I don't know if he'll actually bring the Dozo. I was expecting it to be like Storm Drain Tatsu. Okay, this one's gonna be a bit interesting then. I'm gonna still stick with my game plan, I suppose, but Cinderace plus Duosion was gonna be my lead. I guess the question is what do I want to have in the back. His Dozo is gonna be Electric Terra, which is interesting, alongside Fairy Slacking, Fairy Weezing. I wonder if it's offensive then. With Fairy Gold. He just loves the fairies, man. He loves the fairies. I did bring a pretty fairy weak team this week though, so not super hot, but yeah, we're gonna bring Hydrapple back. Do I bring Crook or do I bring the Annihilate, or do I bring Blastoise? I think I bring Annihilate here. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, I actually really didn't think he was gonna bring the Dozo. I thought it was gonna be Palmot as last, because he hasn't really brought Dozo much, and I feel like I have so many Haze. I only have 2 Haze mons, and I feel like I had a lot of tools, so I'm very shocked to see, but I'm pretty interested to see what he does with the Dozo, or if he's just bluffing. It could be like he's late bluffing it, and that would be really smart because I did that in SPL when I had to draft a Dozo. So let's see. It could be like, it could be the Storm Drain Tatsu. I don't think he goes Dozo game 1 at least, so let's see. I think he goes to the other 4. We're gonna see the Slacking Weezing mode, which is not too surprising. Okay, versus my Cinderace and Duosion. All right, so this is something I had in mind. I do have the Will-O-Wisp on my Cinderace for the situation. I will go for, I think I just go for a double protect here because I want to scout for like, is it Taunt Weezing? Is there a Terrassization? Because if it's not a Terrassization, I could potentially go for like Helping Hand High Jump Kick into the Slacking and OHKO it immediately, or I go for the Wisp if it is Terra Fairy, right? So that was like my idea here behind this game plan. I wish I was the Regenerator, but I guess it doesn't matter because I don't have an immediate way to knock out the Weezing. I think I should save my Terrassization for my, what's it called? My Hydrapple, because I'll probably need to Steel Terra in this matchup, I think. But yeah, I'm not too surprised to see like Fairy Gold. Fairy Slacking was something I considered. I was surprised to see the Weezing also be Fairy Terra, but we're going to see a Terrassization come out from Aaron, so I'm glad I double protected the Scout. Slacking does Terra, which makes sense to me. Okay, perfect. Gonna be that Fairy Terrassization. All right, I wonder if it's a Lumberry because I do have Wisp. You go for the double protect here because I want to scout for like what his options are. All right, what are you going for? Double Edge comes out into the Cinderace. Interesting. And Taunt? Oh, just D-Gleam. Okay. So if he's D-Gleam and not taunting, it might be like Specs Wheezing. I should be able to easily live Double Edge if I burn the Slacking alongside. So I think I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp into the Slacking, and I am going to go for the Trick Room attempt. Because Fairy Terror does make me think it might be Specs Wheezing. I'm kind of curious on the gold then, but I think I should still be fine regardless. If he knocks out my Cinderace this turn, that would be fantastic. So we'll go for the Wisp here. We'll go for the Trick Room. We do land a Wisp, something that Aaron can't relate to, as we do get the Wisp off into the Slacking. Are you Lumberry though? But if it's not Lumberry, then I shouldn't be able to KO my Duosion. Yep. Double Edge comes out. My Duosion absolutely tanks it. Beautiful. And we're going to see the Dazzling Gleam come out. Okay. That did a decent amount to my Cinderace. Let me check the damage. Dazzling Gleam on my Cinderace. Wait, that did a lot. That's like max special attack, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it might be Specs, actually. It might be Specs. I think it is. Psychic should OHKO non-bulky Galarian Weezing. I think it's I'm willing to risk that. So I'm actually going to go into Annihilate and I'm going to Psychic here. The Psychic does do... Like, Psychic onto a max HP does a lot. And I mean a lot. So I'm going to Psychic here. Because I imagine if he's offensive with Specs, he should be like... I think he should be like some speed. Which means he probably didn't have much special attack. Yeah, because it has to be Specs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Specs. He switches out the Weezing, which makes sense. Neutralizing Gas is now in play. Dundozo comes... He actually brought Dundozo. Is this Tatsu switch? Okay. I do have to retreat my Cinderace into Annihilate. And I do get Psychic off. So that's actually pretty good damage to the Dozo. That did a lot. Nice special defense drop. As they go for Double Edge. Wait, that's actually so perfect that they actually got the Double Edge off here. Okay, that's really good for me. So Dozo, I'm pretty sure Leaf Storm always KOs Dozo, which is awesome. So I get to go Hydrapple here. My ability is going to activate, so he knows I'm not Regenerator anymore. No Golden Go potentially back? Which is interesting. So Super Sweet Syrup, so I can't miss my Leaf Storm coming up. I get to go for a Rage Fist, I suppose, into the Slacking, because I just want Chip. And we go for the Leaf Storm into Dozo. Yeah. Okay. Interesting position. Interesting position. I'm very much happy about this position though, because the Leaf Storm should blow up the Dozo even if Tatsu switches in. Like, here's the thing. He can protect Dozo, but the Slacking doesn't accomplish anything. So, like, the only way he gets momentum really is by technically being able to switch out the Slacking. But even if he switches out Slacking, somebody's taking some decent chip damage. I'm kind of worried if he goes into Weezing though for the Slacking, then I have to play a guessing game the next turn of what he does. Like if he goes Tatsu. Slacking retreats. Is this Geary? Nice. Nice. So Leaf Storm I think should OHKO the Dozo based on the psychic damage. We'll see though. It could protect, but if they protect, that's fine. I can't believe the psychic did that much, but that's base 125 for you. The special defense drop also can help. I mean, it just guarantees the knockout, right? I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah. Goodbye, Dozo. I also had Life Orb. All right. That's a huge knockout on Dozo. I don't know if I want to reveal my Phantom Force tech on my Annihilate. That's the only thing I'm unsure of at the moment. I am going to be able to get a huge Rage Fist off into the Tatsu. That did a lot to Tatsu. What? That's no bulk Tatsu, right? I'm like pretty sure that's no bulk then. Because that's only a 50 base power move. Yeah, that's no bulk Tatsu, literally. And I got high roll. Okay. Sure. Sure. Wheezing in. How much does -2 earth power do to Wheezing? Oh, why did I put Levitate in the calc? So I can eliminate Wheezing here potentially if I want to. How many turns of Trick Room are left? These are 2 turns of Trick Room. Ape should live a choice specs Dazzling Gleam. I'm pretty actually, maybe not. I really wish. Oh, wait, I don't KO anyway. Okay, so I should try to KO the Tatsu. I guess the question is, what does my terrestrialization want to be? Do I want to... I definitely Rage Fist the Tatsu. I think I swap out an Ace. Even if I lose... Yeah, I think this is correct. Because even if I lose Annihilate here, I'm pretty sure that I'm set with Hydrapple combined with Cinderace. Especially against the Burn Slacking. Because I don't think the Weezing can protect. Ooh, the Tatsu is protect. I thought it'd be Choice Scarf. Okay. It does change a bit. It actually changes a lot. Oh no. Okay. Dazzling Gleam. Oh, that did nothing to my Annihilate. Okay, we're good. So my play is always to Rage Fist the Tatsu, and I think it's always just to go for a Pyro Ball into the Weezing. Yeah, so always Pyro Ball to Weezing. Do I two-shot Weezing? Pyro Ball? If it's max HP? No. Oh, wait, no, that's... Wait, what? Oh. No, I do. Okay. So we Pyro Ball to Weezing, we Rage Fist the Tatsu because I don't want to reveal info. Tatsu switches out and Slacking. Good play on his part. I will need to land some Pyro Balls specifically, but we should be fine. I should do a good amount of damage to the Slacking, like Rage Fist plus one, or not, or one boost. Decent damage. Okay. They go for a good Gleam. Almost KO my Cinderace. All right. Oh, that was a crit. Okay. I should have doubled up the Slacking probably. I was worried he would go for a double protect end game, but now I could lose to Sucker Punch, I suppose. We go for Pyro Ball. Good damage. All right, we have Steel Hydrapple. I think the play is always to go Steel Hydrapple here. Does he read this? I feel like he's play rough Slacking. I don't know if he's high horsepower too. I feel like my best play is just to go for an Earth Power into the Slacking and protect Cinderace to cover for Sucker Punch. Because I feel like if I just Pyro Ball and Earth Power, he loses guaranteed here. If he high horsepower is my Hydrapple, how much do I take, I suppose? Did we see the... Well, I don't... No, he was not Life Orb. High horsepower versus Hydrapple. Terrestrialization. I'm kind of out of time, so I think I gotta just lock in to protect Earth Power. And if it's Tatsu, I guess I just play a 50-50 in the end, so it's not like too bad even if that's the case. He also needs to have Muddy Water and connect both Muddy Waters, and does Muddy Water even knock out after all the damage? Yeah, so that's going to be the case here. We do go for the Terra Steel. Protect to cover for the Sucker Punch from the Slacking. Let's see what he does. Nice. Got him. All right. I think that should seal it here because Gleam's not doing nowhere near enough damage. Gleam is nowhere near enough damage. Yeah. Her power will knock out the Slacking. Unfortunately, I do have to hit a move, and I don't want to reveal High Jump Kick. So I'm clicking Pyro Ball into the Weezing 100%, and I'm clicking Earth Power into the Tatsu, so I don't reveal info. Yeah, Tatsu comes in. Beautiful. I just got to hit, man. I just got to hit this one Pyro Ball. I just got to hit for the one time, Cinderace. Actually, does Earth Power guarantee to knock on Tatsu? I know it's no bulk Tatsu. Earth Power guarantees to knock on Tatsu. Okay, perfect. I Earth Power, and I go for Pyro Ball. Don't miss. Okay, I think that seals it. Unless Muddy Water Act Drop. Muddy Water Act Drop can seal him to win. Unless Hydro Pump KOs. You know, unless he specs Protect. Muddy Water comes out. He's able to knock out Cinderace. Oh, Hydrapple barely hanged on. Jeez. Oh, crit. Okay, I was like, why did that do so much? No Act Drop, though. So we are able to get the Earth Power off into Tatsu. And we do take the first game. Okay. So we got some pretty useful information, but he also knows a lot about me. I know now he specs Weezing, which is really interesting to note. So I never have to worry about the Dazzling Gleam, but now I have to worry about like the I do have to worry about like the slacking a bit more, but I guess I can freely will this because I know it's not Lumberry on the slacking. So I'm curious if the gold set is Life Orb, because I'm expecting Life Orb gold then. But then we're gonna have to play a mind game of Dazzling Gleam versus Shadow Ball because he's fairy gold. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't, but like I had a suspicion he might. Now I'm worried about like what can happen. I never revealed my helping hand tech, I guess, on the Cinderace, so that's a pretty big deal, but this is scary, man. This is scary. Also, I could definitely lose to Dozo because again, I didn't bring text for the Dozo. I'm still surprised he brought Dozo mode. I'm really surprised. And we do confirm it's Commander Tatsu. So the fact that it's Commander Tatsu means that it's not Storm Drain. So I could bring Blastoise if I want to, because I could go for like Fake Out into Fake Out in a Trick Room, which might be safer. But I do think that the gold adjustment's pretty likely here. Like I could see gold leading here. I think I lead Duosion Cinderace again. I think I still go with the same strat. I think I just still do Hydrapple plus Annihilate. I didn't really show off all my techs. I could go like Crocodile in the back with Blastoise, but I don't think I need it. Yeah, I think this is best. It's like, I really don't need Crook. I really don't need Crook, I think, in this matchup. It's okay, but it's not like necessary. Although Scale Shot would be pretty funny in a Tatsu, but I'm not like loaded dice, so I don't even know if like, I guess I could count the Crocodile Scale Shot versus Tatsu now, since we know it's no bulk. If I get 3 hits, it's an 80% chance to KO. But if I get 2 hit, I obviously don't KO, so that's of course a big downside. Knockoff has a pretty good chance to KO no bulk Tatsu. I'm assuming it's Sash Tatsu, by the way, that Aaron's playing this then. If it's Sash Tatsu... If it's Sash Tatsu... I mean, it makes sense. I was like super prepared for Palmot endgame, which is why I had it. But yeah. But we'll see what Aaron decides to go for adjustment-wise. Gonna be Murkrow Tatsu. What? Is he taunt on Murkrow? Let me check Tatsu Draco, I guess. Draco doesn't KO, or it's a roll. I think I should just always double protect here anyway. Because the Tatsu Terra is water. I guess I should Calc Terra Water Hydro Pump then? No Terra, okay. I'm gonna Calc Hydro Pump with Fake Tear. Does Murkrow get Fake Tears? I can't remember. Oh, it's Rain Dance. Oh, but he goes for Muddy Water. Okay, Muddy Water definitely doesn't KO. I just go for a Trick Room, and I'm okay with letting Cinderace go down. I guess I should break the Sash, right? If he does, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting mind game, but I'm just going to go for Trick Room and assume he doesn't have Taunt at this point. I'm just going to go for the high jump kick into the Tatsu. I also don't mind if I miss, because if I miss, I just get a free switch. Assuming I get Trick Room up, but I don't think. I wonder if he has Dozo back. We didn't see the Dozo set, so I'm curious if this is like some Surf Dozo strat. I also want to go Ape or not is a good question too. I'm hoping High Jump Kick puts the Tatsu in range of Psychic, which it should. And then I guess I bring out Hydrapple afterward and click Fickle Beam. Oh, he does have Taunt. Oh, wait, that's bad. Okay, that's bad. I go for the High Jump Kick. Good damage. Muddy Water. Next. Okay. Okay. I guess I have to go Hydrapple then. And I go for a High Jump Kick. And this time it'll be guaranteed to hit because of the ability. I'm trying to sack and get Trick Room up because I need to salvage this game. If he goes for Brave Bird, that's fine. He should realistically be going for Tailwind and Muddy Water here if he has it. Like, I thought he wasn't gonna... I thought if he was gonna click Taunt, he would have clicked it turn 1. Okay, so we know it's Taunt Murkrow. with Rain Dance. And we assume Tailwind, right? So I'm kind of curious what the last move is. Wonder how much the Leaf Storm does to Dozo. I don't think it's a bulky Dozo because Psychic did so much damage to the Dozo. I assume it's like really offensive. It might be like really fast. Hydrapple in. Sweet Syrup, so we get the guaranteed accuracy because of the evasion drops. Ooh. Although I don't mind. Again, I get a free switch. Although if this is Brave Bird, I'm a bit annoyed. Wait, you went for Sucker Punch. Wait, this works out huge. Okay. I can go for the Terra Dark plan then. Okay. So I go to Ocean. I click Protect with Hydrapple. I set up Trick Room. And assuming that this isn't Brave Bird Murkrow as the last, I should be fine. But if it's Sucker Punch, I really don't think that's the case. So Terra Dark, Trick Room. And he's Sucker Punch. There's no way he's not Tailwind, right? Like, I feel like it's gotta be Tailwind. I feel like it's gotta be Tailwind. So yeah, we're gonna go Terra Dark to ensure our Trick Room. We saw Muddy Water. We saw Protect. We don't know the other moves on the Tatsu. If this is Taunt Tatsu as well, I'm concerned, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just like Draco. But Draco won't KO. Murkrow retreats into gold. Oh. Interesting. So Aaron's going to go for our offensive momentum instead of going for the KO into Duosion. Okay. He does have Terrestrialization. He should be calcing the... Okay, so I get to calc the Dundozo now. I don't... Let me check the Duosion damage. Duosion, Psychic. It's not Spadef Dozo because I did so much to it. Yeah, I feel like it's not that bulky at all. Well, let me see. How much does Hydrapple do? Leaf Storm, Oko's the Dozo with Psychic, so he's got a Terra, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he always Terras. Yeah, he should always Terra here. Okay. So we're going to go for Earth Power into Dozo, and we're going to go for Psychic into Dozo. Because if I help and Leaf Storm and I Oko to Dozo, that would be really bad for him. And if I just Psychic into attack, it would be really bad for him. So I go for Psychic Earth Power. I get some decent damage to the Electric Terra Dozo. And then, unfortunately, the problem is my Phantom Force tech isn't effective here. Because my Phantom Force tech, because my Hydrapple is faster than my Annihilate. Yeah, he does Terra, yep. I'm curious if he has like Order Up or something. Order Up shouldn't KO my Hydrapple at all. No, it does not. Nowhere near close. Okay. So Psychic into Dozo. Good damage. No special defense drop this time, but we get the Earth Power. Yeah, good damage. I don't know. It depends on the last Pokemon. He goes for the Wave Crash, actually. That's even more recoil that it'll take. So if I sweep under this Trick Room, I win the game, but we'll see. It's a tough one. It's Life Orb Dozo. Wait, if he let Dozo, he could have just Wave Crashed by Duosion turn 1. Oh, but is that KO? Well, I'm like max Spadef, so I don't think I'd live it. We go for Earth Power and we go for Rage Fist, I suppose. The problem is I can still easily lose to gold. Because I'm assuming it's gold back. Oh, but if it's Wheezing, I might... No, because I just Earth Power it, right? I guess if we can stall out the Trick Room, but I'm not sure. No Protect on the Dozo, it looks like. So I guess he doesn't have Protect. Earth Power knocks out the Dozo. All right. Rage Fist KOs the Tatsu. Okay. And then the back is Golden Murkrow. Oh, it's Wheezing. Wait, he doesn't have terrestrialization, does he? Does he have protect? I just don't think he does, right? I could just earth power the wheezing here. I think so, right? If he's Brayburn Murkrow, I lose, but... Or I don't lose. I probably still win. I think it's earth power, right? And I guess I'll just Phantom Force here. I'm really surprised no gold with this mode. I was shocked to not see gold. Okay, interesting to see the Murkrow come out, but Sucker Punch going to come out in the Hydrapple. It's just nowhere near enough damage. Able to get the Earth Power off into the Weezing, which is going to KO the Weezing. And then Phantom Force into the Murkrow. Which is weird because I haven't used a... I was supposed to use Phantom Force next to like Blastoise and the others, but I just don't have it. Okay. Phantom Force doesn't do any damage, but this game should be over because Fickle Beam close combat. And with that, Jubilife Piplups will be taking this set 2-0. And I don't know if Aaron makes playoffs. I think it comes down to tiebreakers, unfortunately. But GG's to him. Close combat will knock out the Murkrow, and yeah, was able to really put into work. I mean, I cannot believe Hydrapple Duocean has been on a tear recently, man. It's been on a tear. GG's to Aaron once again. And that is the week 7 of the Wolfey Draft League versus Aaron. Unfortunately, we did have to eliminate Aaron from playoffs, and it doesn't feel that great. But unfortunately, with how stacked this league was and only 4 teams could advance to playoffs, one of them had to go, and unfortunately we did have to be Aaron who was eliminated. So, you know, I could have given a win, but I do not think it would have been in the spirit of the draft league, and I don't think it would have been fair to the other competitors. So I had to at least somewhat try for this week, and I do think that the prep was pretty good, and I do think that the team was a really uphill battle for Aaron because he did not really expect the Trick Room, and I was just really able to throw him off with the Duocean Trick Room next to the Hydrapple, and it was really able to just fire off a bunch of damage into his team. Make sure though, you always go check out Aaron, some of the best VGC content out there in the world, so make sure you go check him out in the channel down below. I believe we'll see more of Aaron in Draft League in the future, and he'll get his win. He'll get his win. That man is too good not to claim one of these VGC Draft Leagues. Go check out the other coaches, but right now playoffs has been secured, and we are moving into first seed with our only loss being Wolf Glick, but we will not be encountering Wolf as our first opponent in the Draft League playoffs, because right now we are going to be having a rematch week 1 versus Mountay, and it should be a good one because that was a very close match, and we'll see if the Jubilife Piplups will be able to make it to the finals this time.